What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Diamond Owl Studios. I'm your host, Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Don Juan, and we are back with another amazing reaction. I'm actually super excited about this one.
What did you end up settling on? What are we listening to?
Oh, we're listening to Led Zeppelin.
Which song?
Cashmere.
Okay, you said you really like this one, right?
I do. Yeah,
I don't know. We've done a couple Led Zeppelin reactions. We did Stairway to Heaven live. We did Jump. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything else. Oh, we did the Eddie Van Halen solo, which was freaking remarkable.
Yeah. This has got one of those guitar riffs that's just like, so memorable. And that's why I'm just like in disbelief that you haven't heard it or that, you didn't recognize it when we pulled up, a little snippet. I was like, how can you not, know this? But anyways, we're going to dive into it. And this is actually a live version. So we saw them live doing Whole Lotta Love. I think this is from a concert in like 72. I could just bring it up and not just guess, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah, it's fun to just guess and be wrong.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into this, man. I'm excited. Cashmere, Led Zeppelin.
Okay, it's spinning, it's thinking,
You got to press play, that's why. Immigrant song. Is this the right one?
Yeah, whatever.
Pause. So this isn't even the right song.
It's a song by Led Zeppelin, and we're going to do it.
Okay.
Because there's no backing out. You know what I mean? This is a first time. Do you know this song? Do you know Immigrant song?
No.
I brought up like 5 different Led Zeppelin songs, and I finally landed on this one. So this is what we're doing, guys.
So you just let me say Cashmere song like 5 times?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's heard this song. Okay, but the crazy thing is I had no idea that was Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
No idea.
Yes.
One of the most iconic guitar riffs I feel like of all time. And that it's like that's so iconic.
I just feel like this is a song that you'd be just like playing while you're riding a dragon flying into battle.
Yeah, that's a very good poll. That's a good poll. I don't know. If I was riding a dragon going into battle, I feel like I would want to have all focus on what I'm doing. And if this was going on, I'd just be like, and then, my head would get hit with the arrow.
Dude, you got to have like the boombox blasting. I'm thinking like, barbarian style.
Yeah.
Boombox on your shoulder. This song is playing.
I think the highlight clips of the battle, if you're watching it back after you survived, this is the track.
You're saying you want to be locked in?
Exactly.
To the dragon fight?
Yes.
Yeah, the music helps me get locked in. It helps put me in the zone.
Okay, well,
difference of opinion.
That's why I'm a survivor.
You're a quiet meditation guy riding a dragon. I'm a fucking blaring rock music, wielding a battle axe, and you have flying into battle.
You have a dude flying on a Gryffindor to your left, and he's like. There's an arrow coming from your left, and you're just like,
See, I'm distracting them. They hear that, and they get distracted is how it works.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they're like trying to fight. They're trying to do their thing. They're trying to, shoot the arrows at you, and then they hear, and they're like, what the fuck? And then you know what I mean? And they miss you.
Okay.
And then I swoop in and
Well, guys,
Flopping
this is our
heads.
thought of the song. You know, we're absolutely great at breaking down music, but I hope you
Basically,
guys have fun.
I saved your ass. You know what I mean?
Thank you for that. All right, guys, let's get back into this, man. This is an absolute iconic song. I'm loving it. I absolutely love the song. I love the vibe. Only critique is I wish the cameraman would fucking sit still for more than 1 second without an edit. Because it's like, what is happening right now? It's all over the place. It's not synced up. It's like, which I get this was a long time ago.
I feel like it's kind of capturing the chaos. I'm liking the images of the crowd and getting to see.
I just like when I see live videos of like being able to see them. Like I feel like, you know, it's just so all over the place. It's not really capturing me, but that's my opinion.
All right.
Love the song, though, and I want to say one thing before we get back into it. I just wish this is this freaking society, man, that we wouldn't have progressed so fastly to like all this AI and just moving light years ahead of any other time in the world, because I wish we could just capture this magic a little bit more, and I feel like it's so long gone. Like, I'll never be able to relive something like this. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, with the power of AI, we might be able to like take you back front row.
That would be sick.
Zeppelin.
That would be cool.
Camera, standing still and not shaking.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know if that if the original studio version of that song has that same guitar solo, or
I can't recall off the top of my head.
Because that was epic, and I'm gonna say like I've heard that song before, but I've never heard that solo. That was every dude. He is the best guitar player of all time, and you know we said at one point, we said in one of his videos like for everybody to comment down their Mount Rushmore. We haven't posted that video yet, so we haven't kind of got people's feedback yet. But yeah, I want to know your guys' feedback, man. Who's your Mount Rushmore of guitar players? And I'm sure
and drummers, because I John Bonham is considered one of the best drummers of all time, and at least like paved the way and like introduced kind of just like techniques and drum patterns, to the future.
Right.
You know, that people started to emulate and, you know, copy and just like innovated the whole game. I was kind of thinking about that because I was like, I wanted to know, like, what was it like for you hearing Led Zeppelin for the first time? Because I feel like their sound was just like so unique and different that it's like one of those like just mind blowing, like, what is this?
Right.
You know, do you have a band that's like that for you, that when you heard them, it was just like completely like groundbreaking? And for me, it was like the Wu-Tang Clan, because their sound was just like so different than everything else that was coming out. And they had the weird, like, you know, Chinese movie clips interspersed. And it's like, what is this? Like, what are they doing? And I feel like, you know, that's what Led Zeppelin was. It was like this totally unique sound. They took like elements of like classic blues and rocks. Like even some of their songs have like a basis in like really old blues songs. I don't know if you knew that. Or if so they have like, you know, elements of these like older like songs, but then the way that they did them, they just completely transformed them into these completely new, different versions.
It's incredible. And that's what really separates like good artists from artists that will last forever, you know, timeless artists. Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of any bands that were groundbreaking for me like that. I mean, I'm sure if you gave me a little bit of time, I could probably have some polls, but I completely can understand where you're coming from with this, because I feel like back in the, you know, the 70s, there was kind of a certain expectation for rock and roll. And then they kind of came in and were like, nah, fuck that, and kind of did their own crazy thing. And that's insane.
I mean, we went off on the tangent about the Dragons and everything, but it kind of just got me thinking like, okay, you're coming from the 60s, like peace and love era, you know, of all this psychedelic rock music. And then they come out, and to me, their stuff is just like way more just kind of like edgy and like hard. And then like what they're talking about, it's like, you know, from the land of the ice and snow. And, you know, they're talking about Valhalla. So it's kind of like this Viking theme about like, you know, that's what I took it as, like this Viking thing. It's an Immigrant song, but it's like, you know, they're coming to like conquer. And it's like, to me, that's like such a vibe shift. So that's why I was just like curious, like what that was like to be in that time and experience that transition of like, oh, the peace and love. And these guys come out on some like, you know, Vikings headed to Valhalla shit. Like, you know what I mean?
That's crazy, man. That's crazy to think about, you know? It's like, I mean, in the 70s, early 70s, there was still a huge hippie movement as well. You know? So,
it was starting to.
Yeah, so I feel like...
and you had like disco and everything, but this was like, you know, to me, like when I listened to it, it's like it had that harder edge to it.
Well, and, you know, there's always that stereotype of like, you know, they used to think rock was like devil's music and stuff like that. And that's just because it was so off basis. And like, there's nothing satanic or evil about this music, but it did cultivate this whole lifestyle, which, you know, I've always considered myself, you know, to be like, even when I was into hip hop, like I'm still like a rocker, you know, like that's like the lifestyle. Like, because I'm not a thug or whatever, you know, I don't listen to like, I listen to hip hop, but I don't encapsulate some of like those elements of their music. But like this type of music, I've always kind of like fit under that demographic.
You know what it is to me? Like, and I don't know if this is a weird way of explaining it, but it's like masculine music. It's masculine energy. Like there's throughout the eras, you have like kind of soft boy music that's a little more sensitive and appeals to that like softer, you know, kind of version of guys that are out there. But there's always that trend of like hard men, you know, that you know, have hard jobs, working class people, you know, the guys that were like the boxers or the fighters. There's always those men throughout the eras who have that edge, you know.
Well,
the
here's
Vikings.
the question back then. Was that the type of people who listen to this music? Because I don't really think so. Like,
well, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm curious about. Like, that's the vibe that I get. Like, when I listen to it now, I'm like, yeah, it really resonates with me because that's what I liked. I like the harder, kind of like more rough, kind of like rap hip hop music, as opposed to like there was like Tribe Called Quest and all this stuff, which I still really enjoyed. Like, I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it just resonated with me more because, you know, whatever, as some high testosterone. Is this high T music? That's what I'm getting at. Was this the high testosterone movement?
I don't even feel like it was. I feel like this was like in kind of went with the crowd of like modern day, or, you know, the 90s like punk crowd, like people who wanted to be,
but I'm saying
outcast,
like in contrast,
different, like didn't play sports. They were like these are the rockers, you know, like.
So Bob Dylan versus this isn't high T versus Bob Dylan.
I guess I guess what I'm getting at. But I mean,
You know what I mean? I feel like there was guys that listened to this and guys that listened to Bob Dylan, and the guys that listened to this probably weren't messing with the guys listening to Bob Dylan. It was kind of like, you know, a different kind of vibe. I don't know. I could be completely off base.
Yeah, I wasn't from the 70s. I was born in 1995, so I don't fucking know. But, you know, that's just our take, man. We really enjoyed the song. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to join us on our journey of discovering new music, old music, me showing this old fart some new stuff, him showing me some old stuff. Make sure you guys hit that
both
subscribe
just completely
button.
Getting it wrong and like having
all the time.
No idea what we're reacting to, what we're talking about. We appreciate you guys for sticking with us throughout our faults and fumbles and follies, and you know that's at least you know it's like real. It's a real reaction. It's live. You know, I could have stopped and done it all over again. I pulled up like 5 videos. And when I said the guitar riff, I had the right song. It's just, I forgot. It was an Immigrant song. I just, you know, boggled it. But regardless, you know, that's how you know it's real. It's real reactions.
Yeah, guys.
And we appreciate your real feedback.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.